Okay, all of you, thank you very much for tuning in. I and Laszlo were talking about the market, about the t-shirts making and marketing it. So right now, what we have come up with is in the WhatsApp. If you look at the WhatsApp, not all the people can look what we are saying, but let me briefly summarize what is there. Is that there are few options, but that we have come up with. Laszlo has checked with many different manufacturers of the T-shirts, and then finally we have come to one manufacturer where the quality is good and they can print our conference logo, as well as the fact that the price is reasonable if we order at least 50 or more, with all the good quality. And then he thinks that many other people thought that this manufacturer has given best quality. Uh, so that's something very important for us in the marketing aspect. So the following is, again, I'm not going to go into details. We'll be discussing the steering committee, the WhatsApp, and Laszlo is going to look into the following aspects. He will look into the color, and he will going to send out what color is the best. And for example, light green or a blue green or something like that, or some other colors. And then the print colors. And then the sizes are important. So right now, small, medium large, large, and extra large. Extra large is what we have come up with, and the price will be about $11 if you order 50 or more. So we think that
No,
there are
not
five.
11, Brian, not
Yeah,
11, 30,
yeah,
$13 because the
$13
transport.
transport. Yes, thank you, Laszlo. Yeah, I said the basic T-shirt
Around
is.
$13 because
Yeah,
it's depend of the dollar and the foreign
yes,
changing. The
yeah,
money
that's
changing can depend. In 13, $15. That you have the foreign price. We will show all prices in foreign and after US dollar.
okay. Yeah, that sounds good. So essentially, the basic T-shirt is $11 plus transport, which will be about $2, depending on where it is going in the world. For us, we are in different parts of the world, so it could vary a little bit, but we think that it's about $13 or so. So that doesn't depend on number of T-shirts. So if you are getting 52 T-shirts, uh, for example, 50, let's say 50 T-shirts, each of us will, each of the five people in the steering committee will get about 10 T-shirts each. There'll be an extra one that Laszlo will put in his shop. But so each person has to, the investment will be about $650 if you calculate, or so, somewhere around that. Laszlo going to check into that little more detail, and he will put it in the WhatsApp. So each person of the steering committee has to invest about $130. So they will get about 10 T-shirts that they can try to sell, and also check the quality. An important thing is testing the quality. And Laszlo emphasized this one, that testing quality is important. So once we get that, we get the actual feel of it, and then we can talk about our family or friends and give them and see how they feel about the T-shirt and the sizes, so we can decide on a okay, we can decide on the color and the sizes. So once we finalize that, we can advertise on amazon.com. So then that will be, we get orders, and based on the orders we get, we'll start making the t-shirts. So Laszlo is going to have some more things coming up. Uh, so let me wait 1 minute. He's texting something. Okay. So yeah. So we have to test it out, like I mentioned, and then yeah. Okay. So the selling price is different, of course. This is the cost, right? So you are saying, yeah, of course, the selling is different. We are saying the cost of each shirts is $13 because that's the investment. We $650, right? Is that right? That's low. Okay.
Yes, yes. I am
Okay.
writing you.
Okay. So the selling price, of course, you probably, like Christian also said, will be about $25 or something, 25 to $30. Um, I mean, we'll try to keep it down. The once we get more orders, the selling price will come down. But the initial selling price may be about $25. Will be
Yes,
okay?
yes. You,
$25.
we will decide. We will
Yeah,
discuss about after them. Okay.
yeah, okay. So once we get order in the Amazon.com, we will say, t-shirts may cost anywhere between $20 to $25, depending on the size and color and everything. We can say that,
Exactly.
right? Yeah. So $20 to $25. Uh, of course, without that, there is no profit margin or anything. Um, so we will work with that $20 to $25. But people are ordering a lot. Like they order 100 t-shirts, they will get, of course, less and less. If they donate money to uh, the tech site, the website, they'll get if they donate $100 or more, they get one free t-shirts. Like I put before, they donate $200, they get about three t-shirts. So like that, it's like arithmetic
And
progression.
Ryan, and
Yeah.
we have other solution too, because
Okay.
I have a look at the Claudia that
Okay.
that she has a teacup, and
Oh,
but this teacup price was a bit expensive. We have to look for other solution.
okay.
We
Yeah.
can give, we can give a teacup with the title
Yes.
of the text, uh, uh, same for donations. Such a things
Yes.
same,
Yes.
and we see other solution too.
Yes. Yeah, we start with T-shirt, then we have teacups. We can sell at the conference. We will have these as well. We'll have these as well. So people go with these souvenirs of the conference, and that's very important. And right now the two things are T-shirts and teacups, but there could be other things also, depending on how we find. So we have to we have to see how other people all of us are thinking about, and and then we can start with a t-shirt. I think t-shirt will be the most useful, but then teacups after that, because
And perhaps we have other thing too.
yes,
We
other,
see, we will see later what we
yes,
can do same.
see, it should be like wallet, things like that. It's useful because everything that you use everyday life, very useful things. Of course, Christopher was talking about badge and things like that, but only badge is only for people who are coming there, uh, and then other things, pins or things like that, uh, other memorabilia, uh, you know, that can go along with our publication, like Christine is talking about publishing, our proceedings. So it can go along with that, those memorabilia. That will be good. But I think, yeah, these. So we'll come up with a list starting with T-shirt of things that you can make. But I think we should start, investment will be about $130 to start with each person. And after that, we'll try to see the order. Based on the order, we'll we'll put that money, into further further things. And if we get, donations, we can use that as capital to make these things to the degree possible. Uh, I would say about 50%, 25 to 50% we can invest from what the profit we get, and then the selling, marketing we get. So that investment will keep it down. Everybody has limited budget, including me. So we can only invest about $100, $130 around that. So we will start with that, and we'll see how other people are feeling in the steering committee. But that's how we are going to start the marketing. Then we will try to do it as soon as possible in a 1 or 2 weeks, so that we'll start selling things even before conference, especially the t-shirts, and probably teacups also, if possible. And then at the conference, we'll have everybody having this T-shirt and the teacups at the conference. So that will be additional publicity for us. That everybody, and then we'll say, okay, we can at the end of the conference, the panel discussion say at the end of that, we can get all this memorabilia. Just go to a website, or Amazon.com. We should have a connection from the website to Amazon.com as well, so that people can log in either way and then get to the other one. And that way they can order online and then get it delivered, at home, at their own places. So that will be our marketing strategy for now. uh, but it is open to discussion to everybody, and how everybody feels, because there's an investment necessary to get things moving. So that I think that's the big thing. Um, the one way is to donate. One way is to have the donation at Christopher's thing, and Christopher then mails the whole check. Like we can donate $130 into the text. That Let me show you that. Uh, so that's one possibility. So let me show what I'm talking about. Hold on. So we have, I think in the previous meetings we have these, uh, put that, but let me show it again. Okay. So if we go here, we have here the donation. So if you donate here, if you press this donate button, uh, it goes to Christopher, and then you can add, I donate with PayPal may be the most easiest way. You can also put your credit card. That's also. Then you put $130, especially our steering committee people, and that way, you can you know okay. So let me go ahead. So in this donate, if we put $130, and then Christopher collects all that money and then send it to uh, Laszlo, we can start the manufacturing, the t-shirt manufacturing process. And then once we have that, each of us will get about 10, and then we'll check the quality, we test the quality, and then we'll say, okay, everything is okay. Then we can start putting the Amazon.com. We can connect this to Amazon and the Amazon to here. There should be both ways we can get it. So people can either go here, donate money, or they can go to Amazon.com directly, put their account or credit cards. They can order from there directly, and they get delivered to home. Either way, they get delivered to the place of residence, wherever they are, even before conference. So we want to essentially start the whole process within 2 weeks, so that we have enough things going on before the conference. So at the conference also, we'll have this T-shirt, teacups, and other products. Uh, we'll all display that, and at the panel discussion, we'll say, okay, everybody can go there and then order this very easy. And then with the proceedings, we get additional things, other memorabilia. Uh, we can get that. And if somebody donates here $100, more than $100 or more, they get one free T-shirt. $200 or more, it'll be 300, about three T-shirts. So the formula is summation of n minus one, n plus summation of n minus one, something like that. Where n is the number of hundreds you do. Like for one, you get one, like n is one, and then for two, you can see that you have two plus one, three there coming into picture, uh, like that. So I think that formula should work. Again, you have to check. I kind of suddenly thought about the formula, but we have to check whether that works. Uh, and so they are donating, lot, several $100s, even up to 1,000. They get a lot of free T-shirts, and also the more number of T-shirts we make, the less cost it will be. So we can bring down, can say it's on sale now. Instead we start with $20 to $25 sale price, and then we can bring it down to even $15, depending, sale, it's on sale now, $15, something like that. So, if you order, if you order 10 or more, 100 T-shirts, so then people will start, 10 T-shirts or something. So then if you order, okay, the prices may come down. I don't know whether it can come down below $15, but something like that, depending on how everything works, how the marketing works. So this is kind of what we project, the projection, what we project is this aspect, the marketing projection. So that's a strategy we start with. I think this is a good strategy, but we like to hear from all of us, all the people, and then see their feedback, how they think it will work. Uh, and that's very important, because without this investment we cannot start the process. Of course, any kind of marketing requires investment. So this is, I think it's a reasonable investment, because I like to keep one or two, for family altogether, like 3 or 4 T-shirts at least. Family with the friends, it could be even more. So I think 10 T-shirt per person is quite reasonable. They can give to a family, friends. Of course, you have to choose the size, and then Laszlo is going to put the sizes. He's going to actual sizes, and but I don't think we can make that many. We can only make 5 different as of now, like small, medium large, large, and extra large. So, but he's going to put the sizes, the size range of each one, so that people can choose, and it should be comfortably fitting them. And it's very important, the quality, comfortable fitting, and also the length of the T-shirt is important, and how comfortable they are, because T-shirts we use everywhere. It's a comfort things we use everywhere. Some people even sleep with that, so it has to be that comfortable. Anywhere we go, we can go, and then we put the T-shirts and walk around. People start seeing that, and it's very comfortable, very you know very nice to wear that, especially during summer. Other things, very casual dress. Everybody will say, okay, where can I get that? So maybe in that T-shirt itself, we can say order Amazon.com or something, if it's possible. The website, go to website, if it is possible, so that people who the other people will say, oh, go to this Amazon or thing, and so the marketing becomes much easier and much more faster, and people start order here, and we will deliver it within certain time, right? Because when they order it, they had to put the money in, and then they'll get the delivery in a week or 2 weeks, whatever. How long does it take, Laszlo, to make the t-shirts?
Example, when I have speak with Shandor
Uh-huh.
from Romania. He
Uh-huh.
told me that in 6 days he's ready.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
for the first time,
Okay.
and after then we will see. We will organize in better in a better way.
Okay.
I think it will be not a problem.
Okay. So let's say it's a week. So we'll say you get delivery within 2 weeks. That seems
Exactly,
reasonable.
exactly. You have right.
So they will order it. Once you order it, you get the delivery within about 2 weeks. So that seems reasonable. Uh, I think that way we'll get the money in before we start making anything further. But initial,
Excuse me, Ryan. We have to deliver more pieces because the price of the transport is same
oh yeah,
one t-shirt or 50 t-shirts. We
yes,
have to wait. Example for 15 t-shirt, 50 t-shirts, and after we will deliver them.
yes. But yeah, but suppose each person is ordering. Suppose one person is ordering at Amazon.com one t-shirts. Then we will say we have to add $2 to the. But if they have Amazon
In
Prime,
case in case of one t-shirt, the price of transport is big.
yeah,
Only in case because it is not in our places is printed the t-shirts. That
okay,
is one problem, but we'll
yeah,
discuss how we
yeah,
do to the best way.
okay. Suppose one t-shirt costs $20. They have to add $2. It will be $22. Yeah, something like that. So the shipping charges also adds to that. But the more number of t-shirts, suppose somebody is ordering 10 t-shirts, it will be again only $2 added. So 10 t-shirts, let's say $200, it will be $202. So everything comes down. So like that, so like all marketing, it works like that. And also, I don't know about Amazon Prime. Some people are Amazon Prime where they don't charge a shipping price, so we have to make a deal with Amazon how that works, uh, because Amazon sells it. So we sell certain number of thing to Amazon, the Amazon will ship it. So we ship it to Amazon, then Amazon will ship it, and they will add, depending on your Amazon or Amazon Prime, they will add their shipping price. So we have to make deal with Amazon. The Amazon says, okay, they gather like 100 orders, then we ship the 100 t-shirts to Amazon, and the Amazon will then, depending on what people have, Amazon Prime, number of t-shirts, they will add the shipping price. That's one possibility. Now, if you are, I think that's the best way. We can also do our own shipping. The people are putting in our website. We can do our own shipping, and that's $2. Our own shipping will be $2 per t-shirts, or even 10 t-shirts will be $2. So it doesn't matter. So these are the various things, where we will discuss. But I think this can be worked out. This is a normal marketing, right? It's nothing out of the ordinary. But what we have to decide right now, and Laszlo will put all these details, is the color, the sizes that we choose from, and the investment. This is
Exactly.
something, yeah. We have to agree on these aspects, then we can start the process. And we hope that we can do it within the 2 weeks. Uh, Maybe next week we'll finalize everything. Before then, Laszlo will put in the WhatsApp. So I will also add the fact that we have to invest that. The next week we'll finalize that, and then like we did for Christian's, hotel booking, which was very nice, went very nicely, and then we all have good. The 30th is guaranteed for us, so there's no problem. So like that, I still trying to figure out about Budapest to Geneva, and I should have booked earlier. Now the prices have gone up like crazy. So, but I already have booking from Geneva to uh, the US. That I'm getting credit, but Budapest to Geneva is going crazy. It used to be $150. Now it's like almost $500. So I have to see whether price will come down. But that's another aspect. So we don't want to wait too long. That's what I learned from this. The price will go up. So we try to decide next week. Hopefully everybody will be able to come. Nobody else is here today, including Christopher. He's not able to come today. But we'll die next week. We'll finalize about this marketing aspect, and then we'll see how everything works out. Very very important. So let me go through this again. Some people who didn't have. I like to just summarize our conference things again. This is what we decided last week. As you see, this is about page, which is about the same as before. Then speakers, you have this. You can contact the speakers. Their abstract is here. Abstract is the next one. So this is a email. People can contact the email to get more information. The committee is the same, of course, with the publicity already. Already we are finished. The steering committee, Christian's thing about the hotel and everything is done. Now the publicity is going on. That's what we are activating, and then the local organization committee activates once we go there. During like 28th or 29th of May, we'll activate this one. So that committee will come, will take over that, and of course, steering committee, everything will be active, because you look at the schedule, what's happening with the schedule. Right now, if to clarify that, we start the conference, the whole conference on 9 o'clock, and then Christopher will introduce everybody. He'll be the MC, the master of ceremony. He'll introduce, and then he will turn over the mic to me, and then I will welcome everybody and then describe about the conference and all the speakers and everything briefly. Another 15 minutes. So 15 minutes, Christopher, 15 minutes me. Then I'll turn over the mic to Christian, who will continue, who will also briefly summarize all this and then continue with this talk. And the abstract is here already. I'll be chairing that part of the conference, and the abstract is already here. So if you have any questions, you can send that email to Christian. Then we'll have a coffee break, 10:30, 10:45. These all arranged by the hotel also. So we have to confirm the timings. But 10:30 to 10:45 is good coffee break. Then after that, Gerd will talk, and Christopher will be chairing that. He'll be talking, and the abstract is here. Gerd's talk about the metric universe and things like that. Then, after Christian's both the constant aspects, which he it connects with Gerd also. So there is a connection between them. Then after that, we'll have immediately after that, it's about half an hour, and then Laszlo will talk about planetary erosion, the planetary.
Excuse me, Ryan. Perhaps we have to change my title, because we have to change the rocky planetary erosion. Oh. Because we have to when I wrote this article, the title didn't be well formulated, because we have to speak about the rocky planets planetary erosion. We will have to change the title.
Okay, So you can send it to Christopher Laszlo.
Yeah,
You can
yes,
send.
I will send it. Yes.
So he will change that, but schedule remains the same, 11:50 to 11:45.
Rest is it's okay. Rest is okay.
Yeah. Okay. So then after that, I will. So Christopher will start chairing these. I will only do the first one. After that, Christopher will take over chairing this. Then my talk will come about the superlunar congress, hot PDP, and the current. Excuse me. This one comes up for me all the time. So this is something I have to deal with. Uh, this kind of yeah interruption. Sorry about this interruption. Let me finish this. This is the only way I see now to remove this. Otherwise, I have to I don't know what else I have to do, but I don't want to mess up the whole thing that I have in the computer. Uh, and that's the reason I thought this would be okay. So essentially, let me. Okay. For now, it's okay. So I'll be talking and then about the superlunar things and the present research ongoing. I kind of briefly practiced with Christopher last week, but there are some changes that could happen. It's about 45 minutes with the Q&A. And then after that, we go for lunch, 12:30 to 1:30 lunch. And after that, I will be chairing, and then Christopher will be talking about anamorphic cosmology, and his abstract is here. And then that will be about, it runs from 1:30 to 3 o'clock as of now. So after that, uh, because these are keynote again. Okay. Then 3 to 3:15 will be again a coffee break. And then Emmanuel will start talking between 3:15 and 4:15. His abstract is here about the superlunar graviton vacuum. And then Christopher will be chairing that. Then after 4:15 to 5, we have panel discussion. So essentially, I'll be chairing that panel discussion. All the members will be doing that. Laszlo also will be part of that, doing different things with the audience and everything. Um, the whoever is present. So we hope, this is, essentially, the local people may come in. We can accommodate about, I think, 10 to 15 people altogether. Uh, and so there'll be 5 of us there at the panel. And then we have probably about 10 people or more we can accommodate. We want everybody to be sitting comfortably. So we may not admit everybody, but we'll have live stream. That's the important thing. So we can even have live stream in the outside the uh, conference room in the launch of the hotel, if that's possible, or wherever they are, they can do it from their laptops. And then in this case, Emmanuel will be, on live. He'll be a virtual. All of the people will be in person. They'll be there at the Budapest, but Emmanuel will be talking from Greece, and he also is associate Antonius Varambondas also will join him. So altogether, he has 1 hour to talk about that. That the panel discussion will talk about all these things and then discuss with the audience, and they will participate and they will give feedback. The last 10 or 15 minutes, we will have vote of thanks and things like that, and also what's going to happen next for possibly the New Zealand or Munich. Like Christian kind of have open invitation to Munich to do every 6 months or 1 year. uh, I like to go there if possible. But it could be in New Zealand, could be the next one, and after that, Munich, things like that. That we have to still work out, but that's kind of the area. That's essentially. So the conference ends that night with a closing ceremony, and oh, that's something we have to discuss. I don't last long. Other people try to remind me we have to reserve dinner, restaurant for our dinner that night. So that's something we have to discuss by next week. We should. you know, do all these things. So we'll have closing ceremony as a dinner and social environment in a restaurant of our choice that all people can come together, including we may have press. That's the other aspect I didn't mention. In the earlier thing we have discussed about the press. Press could be there during the conference, even in the previous night when we have meetings, things like that, or especially during the conference, and they may join us for the dinner. And that night is free for everybody because it's part of the conference contract. So we are all pitching in. So we are 10 to 15 rooms. We'll be occupying, five of us will be occupying typically, but there is some other room. I have sent out the email to one person I call Anatoly Perikaps. He's very top physicist who has worked on DC mathematical physics, on mathematics and physics separately at 300. I had some interactions with him a few years ago. He was kind of mentoring me, going through me, encouraging me, and also he invited me a very important conference. I couldn't go because financial things, where he got me invitation from the chairman itself, because it was a cutting edge quantum relativity conference. But I couldn't go there. But many of us I interacted with him about the electron, structure and things like that. He's big into that, and you know, he may look upon as favorably in some sense. I had good favorable interaction with him. So I sent him email also. I don't know whether he'll be able to join us. He's in Poland, uh, Krakow University, but I don't know whether he'll be able to join us. Um, but so that's one person. I sent to John Hodge email. I not got a reply. When Sang, I know when Sang will be able to come. I also sent email to him, and of course, Emery Taylor is my other course associate in discontinuum physics. But he may not be able to come now, but later on, because we still have to figure out the connection of what we do with the discontinuum. That's a totally different area, continuum physics, which could connect to that, and it may take over, in some sense, because of the graininess of. Uh, he doesn't want to call it space time, but it is membrane theory. The graininess membrane theory, I call it, is the most advanced one right now, which tries to talk about quantum gravity and everything. Everything is coming together in that sense. But still, there are a lot of things to be figured out. Hopefully, this conference will clear a lot of those things, and see, especially Laszlo's, our Earth things, the real mesoscopic things, you're going to final test because his ball lightning, other things are real things. So, and then Emmanuel is talking about experiments. So I will be going to CERN. That's what I want to say, where they're doing LHC collision. So I definitely am going there. I have booking. Only thing I have to get the proper from Budapest to Geneva, and it's very expensive. It has become very expensive now. But I have to see how to uh, manipulate that. It's almost 400. It's ridiculously high. 400, $500. Hopefully it'll come down. I'm talking with my AAA travel agent about that. Uh, but finally, I have to decide. I plan to go there anyway. So that's the money. We have to see. Hopefully, we'll sell more with the T-shirts and all these things to get some of the money back. We can finance our conference, part of it. So each person will have some money. That's the idea. From this profit we get, we can finance most of it so that each person, at least 50% of it. So each person will be burdened with only the 50% of the total cost of the conference and the travel and everything, hopefully. That's what we are trying to see. I think that's very, very reasonable for any type of conference, people, committee, or chair people and things like that. They have to be subsidized somehow, or you have to get the income somehow or other. Uh, I think it's going to be a public, it's going to be very useful for the public. We are trying to solve a very important problem. Physics has got into this real confusion. We are trying to get out the best way possible, and see some sense, so everybody gets some proper sense and proper sleep even, you know because it is really rattling the whole earth, so to say, with a total confusion. So we are trying to see some kind of a meaningful and sane and also peaceful solution to this. So definitely all our people in the group are doing that. They are contributed to that. Um, we are problem solvers. We are not problem creators. So that's important. So we are not part of the problem. We are part of the solution. All our people. So that's very important thing. So the post conference, a good thing is after the conference, so we'll all stay together that night in the hotel, and the next day we'll have the city tour with hop in hop off mostly, and Laszlo will be with us. He will help translate everything. So it'll be whole day. Different places we'll go, as many possible, and he will pick out according to last door where it should get out and things like that. And then we'll go on hop in hop off. Then we may have a small cruise if that's possible. That's another thing. Uh, it's a small dinner in the evening, and that will close the whole thing. Then after that, everybody is on. For example, Christian is going with his friends, more Budapest sightseeing, more Budapest travel and sightseeing things. So he will stay for a few days there. Christopher is going to stay there one more day, at least one more day, and he will see more about Budapest. I might, right now, my plan is to leave Sunday morning, early morning, to Geneva. So that's I'm trying to see. Um, Depending on there is a slight possibility I may have to leave Saturday night, the longer flight which goes to Warsaw Pact, Poland, and then Poland to Budapest in that morning. That flight is cheaper, a little bit cheaper, but we have to see. But anyway, the Saturday night, the whole thing is over, and from then on, everybody's their own. And Gerd and Christopher may stay a few more days there. So the post conference sightseeing individual large array of Hungary or even CERN. Those who are interested in CERN, they're definitely welcome there, and that's something we can talk about. If anybody want to join me in Geneva in the CERN visitation, you are welcome to do that. So that's the whole logistics, the scheduling of the planning, scheduling in a gist, in a summary. That's happening. But the important thing right now is the marketing aspect. So if we talk about, we are not able to put what Laszlo has right now because we want to put it together. I don't know whether we can put it in the website, but once we decide about T-shirt, maybe you can advertise in the website, the T-shirt, and then say this is a T-shirt available, and you can order it either in the website or Amazon.com, and we can say in the website that we'll get if you donate there, we get free T-shirts, and then right now, what the price is, regardless of the number of T-shirts, the shipping price is about $2 plus the cost of the T-shirt could be about $20 to $25. So we can put that, and it's available in different colors and different sizes. Once we have that, and we can put that in our website, where we have right here. Either we can probably put either the contact. There's a contact page also. That's something I have not checked. Anybody? I apologize. Not being able to get to that because it goes through Christopher original thing. So I'm not able to access that. I forgot the password. But when Christopher is here, I will talk with him how to get back to this. But he should be able to access that and see anybody has sent it to this TechNet Global thing. We can put the advertisement either here or both places, about page. Here also we can put, and then you can put logo, the T-shirt, and you order. You donate here, you get more $100 or more. We get some free T-shirts. So we can do that, advertise that. So that way and then Amazon.com. So these are the ways we try to market our t-shirt. So I don't know whether Laszlo, do you have anything further you want to add or you want to clarify?
And we will have other initiative too.
Yes.
We will discuss after between us, and you will announce in last week.
Yes.
Other initiative, because I think about the earthquakes forecasting set to make earthquake forecasting office, because we know about what happened in Myanmar, and as I have analyzed the information about what happened before the earthquakes, it seems that this earthquakes was forecastable.
Oh, okay. That's
and I think we to support us, who will donate, will support to us to create earthquake forecasting place. Example, I have a place, but we have more place. Example, you to have a place in your country, in your city, to at the where Christopher place, because in such a case we can easy to follow the earth parameters variation. Yes. And after that we have to for those countries who will help us, we can help them to make other instruments placing in near the earthquake forecasting zones. I have a total plan.
Oh, fantastic! Yeah, that's part of the conference and post-conference also. Pre-conference, conference, and post-conference. We have these emphasis. The panel discussion also.
Yes. And that is very important for those who will support us, because we want to resolve such a hard things.
Yes. So we have very high plans. As I said, World University, things like that, where we could have this thing going on about earth things, the disasters, global warming, all these things, especially the earthquakes and things like that. And then at different countries. I want to, one of the things World Universities, I want to start chapters in every country, and every country at least one main chapter and then sub chapters in every country in all the continents of the earth. So it's a chapter, they will discuss these things, and they will say, okay, we'll make what Laszlo talked about, the instruments and everything. We'll have a center, seismic center or something like that.
I have a plan, and the resolution is not so expensive.
Oh, okay.
I have I have a plan for a short time forecasting, earthquake forecasting, and I have a plan for a long time earthquake forecasting. In case in earthquake forecasting, a long time forecasting, I think Christopher will have he will have us, because there we have to make algorithm for such a case, and you also has you has also wrote a lot of interesting articles which can be useful in this case.
Yes. Yeah, I believe in. I see in my presentation, I didn't talk about, when you look through the video, last week's video, I have my presentation, but I didn't add one aspect, and the aspect is about proof by algorithm, proof via algorithm development, uh, proof of physics with algorithm derivation, process, programming, things like that. So I have done some of it already because most of my theories now is I programmed it, and I kind of program with AI and everything. We can include AI, right? And then from the algorithm, I have the algorithm. The idea of theory, abstract theory, is to come up with a algorithm that you can use for programming to simulate the thing. The ultimate goal is that algorithm will be so unified algorithm, so to say. And the algorithm, when you put it, it will simulate the entire thing. So it will show, I don't know how powerful it will be because it can change the universe. But we'll see to that safety and other aspect that you simulate such a way to abstract all our things together, put together, we will come up with the present thing. You see that? So the algorithm keep running the simulation so that finally it'll say, okay, this is how our Earth was formed. The algorithm is to say, and then these are happening. The rocky planet, for example, Laszlo specific things, rocky planet. When you put it there, you say, okay, these rocky planet already have this because of the physics, it has these earthquakes, Wegener effect, things like that, the tectonic things. I don't know whatever it is, but there is some modification that Laszlo has done. So this tectonic plate movement, things like that, creates this whatever the earthquake, and then the prediction of the earthquake with the eye of the the earthquake and things like that. The event
We
zone.
will have, Ryan, we will have earthquake forecasting for a long time, earthquake forecasting, medial earthquake forecasting,
Yes.
and short earthquake forecasting.
Yeah. So this.
Sometimes in case of earthquakes, 5 minutes, and sometimes 5 hours, 1 days,
Mm,
we can't know that will happen the earthquakes, and I have planned to know where is the exactly plan and how we can determine the exactly epicenter of the
mm.
happening earthquake.
Yes. So the epicenter and things like that will be part of simulation, and the simulation will say based on that, in this location, in this latitude, there is latitude and longitude is going to happen. So it gives the latitude, longitude locations, and then it can send to the TV or
But
network.
excuse me, Ryan. But from here, from your country and from where I am here now, we can determine.
Yes.
We have to have the contribution of the countries who wants
Yes.
to have such a prediction system.
Yeah, that's why I want to have the chapter, World University, each country, and the chapter will discuss about that, and they will tell their government, whoever it is, and they will organize the local community also. To,
Exactly.
so the local community has to come together, and then they have to fund it. They have to ensure, and especially the scientific, uh, it's a scientific cadre of that particular locality or the committee will be able to convince the other people why it's important, and then or the universities, the professors, universities, or the scientists there, as well as technologies and other people, have to come together and then come up with this thing, very economic, cheaper solutions as well. It doesn't have to be that expensive, but at the same time, like you said, different types of prediction, depending on long-term prediction, medium term, and the short term prediction, including hours, days or hours within which certain location, certain latitude, longitude, these things are going to happen. So latitude, longitude means certain countries, certain continents, certain countries are likely going to face this problem of the earthquake. So they can predict maybe even few hours, so people can be evacuated from that place, right? So that's the idea. If you know ahead of time and with certain confidence level, suppose we know high confidence, more than 80% confidence level, this is going to happen with the simulation, then you can evacuate. We don't want to evacuate people just like that, right? Because we think so. If
Exactly.
that's a high confidence level, then we can evacuate people ahead of time, without cluttering the traffic and things like that. We have to worry about the traffic because in LA, what happened to LA fires? What happened was there was not enough time, so people had to abandon their things, and but they got out. Still, compared to the vastness of the devastation this is fire. I'm talking about the LA wildfire. Uh, the people, the casualty was much less because ahead of time they removed. But now in Myanmar, that earthquake in Myanmar, right, Southeast Asia,
Exactly.
people, I think a lot of people died. I mean, but people still got out. But I think we can do a lot better, a lot better than that. So if you know at least a day ahead of time, people could be evacuated and proper, all the
Perhaps Ryan, perhaps doesn't have time for evacuation. Sometimes it's enough time, and
yeah.
example in Myanmar, there was a lock because it midnight, not in night was the earthquake. It was at the lunch when the people
Mm.
are not sleeping. That
Mm.
was a very luck for Myanmar peoples.
Mm. Yeah,
In
so we
case
can,
of
yeah,
in such a case, example can be um, um, every person has a cell phone, and example when exampleizing such a situation, the cell phone can give announcement that in few minutes coming earthquakes or volcanic eruption. Example in case of Italia, in zone of
mm,
Venezia, not Naples,
mm.
Naples. It
Naples,
exists
yeah,
the same situation in case
mm.
of in case of volcano.
Yes,
In every time can happen a volcano eruption.
yes,
And in this case, it's similar situation like in case of earthquakes happening.
yes. Yeah, same as fire, wildfire, all the disasters, natural disasters,
And exists
flooding,
another
flooding,
disaster,
flooding,
and exists
tsunami,
of the what?
tsunami.
And
Uh,
tsunami exists another thing. In case of tsunami, I don't know exactly, but is connected to the earthquakes. But
yeah,
we have to verify something
yes.
in such a case. But I don't have luck to verify some ideas. And exists another thing who never was mentioned: the gas eruption in the mines of the lignite mines of the coal mines, that also can be perceived, can be help the miners to not lost their lives in the mine of the
Mm,
lignite or the coal mines. In
yes.
that is also is an important thing, and
The collapse,
that can be built.
the collapse
Yes,
of
yes.
them.
Collapse is another collapse is a harder thing, but in case of the eruption of the gas methane,
Mm.
we can have a prediction. Also, can
Yeah,
we
that can
can create?
create fire and
Yes,
everything.
yes.
Yeah, so all these,
But one thing is very important to get support, to support donate for our this initiative.
yes,
We need support, and
yes,
when we are supported, we can do a lot of things.
yes. Will be, there are governmental agencies already, but the chapters will help to uh, produce specific senders like prediction senders. I will call them prediction senders who will give different types of prediction. Like, okay, this place what are the time frames where they could happen, different places. So we could say, of course, we have a waiver or
And
something that,
and
yeah,
Ryan,
yeah,
and the very important example in every earthquake forecasting, the geological examination of the territory of the earthquakes.
oh yes,
Example, earthquakes or a volcano, or in case of the lignite or coal mines,
uh-huh.
same is very important. We have to make territory geological verifications. It can be made on the site, and can be made on in the bureau. But I think we will speak about this if the time will come. And
Yes.
exists where I have a total imagination how can we do these things.
Hmm. Yeah, that's
Because
great.
because in case of China, China it has a very well organized earthquake forecasting system.
Oh yes.
They have a lot of scientists who works to resolve this
Oh yeah.
problem.
Yeah, there are highly organized people, Chinese. I
Yes,
have,
yes.
so I have good this thing. I have good interaction with them when I was a graduate student, and they are very smart, very practical, very hardworking. So they'll come up with, they are very excellent in mathematics, everything. So in simulation, computers, everything. So the hardware, software, everything they will put together very simple. And they have made so many products, right, in the world. We know very cheap products they have made, but at the same time they are good in these aspects. And
But they will not tell us what
that's the
they
only
did.
thing. Yeah, they are not very open. Yeah, that's the
We
only
have to
difference.
resolve us these problems. We have to do we,
Yeah, yeah.
and
So
I think we can do, because I think we can do.
yeah, that's one thing. I have good relationship with the Chinese people. So I think we can even start our chapter, World University chapter. I think there are many who will agree to put that in Beijing, wherever, and that will help us. As long, I mean, they are very skeptical people. They are going to look into whether you are stealing their things. They are very particular about these things, and also they'll try to get information from you. I mean, these are their leaks, but we can minimize that. World University is, there is a one Chinese guy, Yuan. He talks to me all the time. He used to send me, occasionally he will send me messages, and he has his own unification theory. He has extons and all those things he's talking about. And he's a very nice, he's a family person, nice person. And so people like that are there. uh, I, I think indirectly I can get even the government has, even Chinese government will be probably a little more receptive to me. I don't think there are anything against them. I have a lot of encouragement, lot of congratulatory thing on their behalf. They are developed, so I can be a diplomat like thing, the world diplomat. Once we develop our thing, the world university, we'll be like ambassadors uh, who will have non-political things. We won't get into the mess of the politics. We try to avoid that. U.S. government, even the president will listen to me, possibly. I have a lot of good things about what they are doing, but of course, a lot of criticism. But we'll hold back and then see what are the good side. We'll look at what are the good side and try to promote that, including Russia, even Putin, who are Trump, Putin, all these people, and Zelensky, all those people, and the Chinese Zhuo Yang. So I want to have the World University where all the leaders can come there, and and
Yes,
then and then we will be our thing. And I'm sure I'm getting good vibes about that. I don't know. You have to actually test that, but I'm getting good vibes that all these people will be willing to listen, and try to see the problem, because we are not imposing anything on them, including the US. We are seeing the good side of each person, Canada or Europe or all these people, and then see how we can, see a solution to all of us. For example, we want to, everybody has a common thing. We believe as people as very important. People are, safety of people very important. Everybody thinks that because we have to see that as much as possible our knowledge is applied, physics or science applied, so that people's life will be more safer and they can evacuate in time. There's a disaster and then take action. So we are providing that know-how, the logistics and everything, so that they can act in time. Because if you don't act in time, it's not going to help anybody. So that's the idea. So important thing is to not impose on them, not to put too much stress on them. Avoid the stress. That's why I see it. I get stressed. Something, and I put everything to myself. And see how other people feel. Our common person will feel, even a homeless person will see. That's how I see things. I put in the shoe because I teach every day school kids who does not have anything. Every day I go there and they don't have any proper family. They don't have any proper ways. And a lot of time I am the last one, to help them. Uh, so I see, and it's very stressful. I mean, it's very hard. It's not easy solution. There's no money, things like that. But within that, I try to see how we can be helpful. So this is I'm like a social worker, you can say, because I don't get paid anything, anything, not even like a teacher. I don't get paid. I'm a guest teacher. But I believe in going back to community. I have my PhD. I got a scholarship. I came because I had the scholarship. So I'm giving back to the society. I'm self-funding because from my family, I didn't, we are like lower middle class people or middle. Now all of us are doing well. All my brother, they are doing better than me, brothers and sisters and their families. But while growing up, we are a big family, and that my father, but they were very hardworking, and they gave us good things. They didn't impose anything, but that I saw that and learned from it, and the school, everything, I had greater vision of things with Einstein and everything. And I felt that I can do something to the world. And I think we have now the conference is one of the culmination of this or the starting point of a wonderful relationship with the world and the real relationship, real things. It's not imaginary things. But we need this theory and everything to understand the holistic thing, and then we can apply it. The final thing is practically applying it to real solution. So to come up with a real solution, we have to solve these kinds of messy things. So like data processing, like if you are IT, if you are IT person, I would say the biggest problem is data processing. There is no way, and the data processing come to sorting. Like if you have some things we want to sort, there is no algorithm for sorting, right? So very simple things. So algorithm, we need a algorithm, proper algorithm, and I believe in AI and Python programming and all that. It's a help, and I develop these programs, and I know how to manipulate the code. Actual development of the program is difficult, but I use what is available and then fit into the situation. And I know how to manipulate. I'm above average on that, on how to manipulate and make it work. Um, so what I'm trying to say is that we can put together all our knowledge together and make it. I do something called shortcut mathematical physics, because you get into mathematics and everything, you can go like a loop, infinite loop, time loop, and you will be caught in that. It may be good for some people. I don't deny about great mathematicians. They have developed proof and riders, proof, theorem of the theorem, and they come up with a fantastic solution and probably put it in the computer algorithm, all these things. But these are all very high level things which cannot be applied immediately, and we are caught up, like quantum gravity, for example. There's so many theories of group theories that people cannot really sort out what is going on. So we have to get an understanding of the physics, what's happening, and the physics should be the, that's our focus. Physics, what we observe, should be the fundamental thing that will be the input to whatever algorithm we have. And that algorithm then will say, okay, these are the things, and based on that we can do proper prediction with reasonable amount of high level of confidence level. And that should be the main goal, that you develop that algorithm as fast as possible. Like engineering, it's an engineering solution. From science we come to engineering, and then we can apply to, the mathematics we do is applied science, and then to engineering, and then come up with the technological solution. All these are run by algorithm. Now we have, I believe in AI because AI is able to do something that nobody else ever able to do. Objectively, you put in the proper input, it will give proper output with. You can even do some program things like that, machine learning and everything. So it has limited capability, but within that, if you use it very carefully, it's very useful. I have used it, and it is my best friend right now. Because the people, when you talk about people, it's really finally it helps to bring people together. Also, I believe, and also like Laszlo said about predictions, about how to do proper prediction. And thank you, Laszlo. You are a great listener, and that's very, very important. You know how to come up with a proper solution, like ball lightning, other things, very practical
And
solutions.
Ryan, I tell you sincerely that this resolution of the earthquakes forecasting began before 5 years ago. I
Ah,
didn't have anything. The
ah,
only intuitive comes the idea, and when I wrote my first article about the gravity,
mm,
then I was sure that the earthquakes can be forecasted, and
mm,
then I didn't know how can do it, and only a simpler game helped me to get the first imagination, which after that began to work and testing, and how you there before that we have to make engineering methods and testing in continue, and such a way everything can be developed in more and more better form.
oh, sounds good. Yeah. So I may not be enough time for me to introduce myself to all the details of my background at the conference because it's really a very brief thing. But here I can say that as I was growing up, I was in the high school. Some people, the teachers come from other people, other sites, the interns, and they because I was one of the top students, they interviewed me and asked me what is the area that I like to go into in the college. Immediately I said physics because by that time I was so enamored by Einstein's theory, Einstein, because I studied in special English about Einstein's background, Austrian background, how he came and how we came up with these things. And I thought I am a thinker like him. He's a deep thinker. So I was very attached as a hero. So I said I want to do physics. So it was very clear. So if I want to do PhD, I want to do physics. This in high school. But but by the time my elder sister already is doing physics, and I used to go, in masters. She was excellent in bachelor and masters. She was high level, rank holder. She does very well in all the math. She knows everything, 100%. I would think she's like my what is that lady symmetry, the symmetry lady who was trying to remember. I forgot the lady who came up with the symmetry. Uh, so it's very similar to that. She has the brain of that. Uh, but so I learned a lot of things, and I used to, even high school, I used to go through the physics books, graduate level physics books, and try to understand uh, Einstein. At that time, somehow my mind said that E equal to mc square should be somehow that's the general theory. No, later on I figured out that's a special theory and things like that. But maybe that helped me because my original thinking helped me about symmetry and everything, that Einstein could have gone to a different route and could have solved the problem somehow. So that's why I started thinking about that. But I didn't go into physics per se because she went to that. At that time, the physics, you don't get any jobs, things like that. It's very hard to leave. You can become a professor or something. That's also very hard, and you get lost in the thought process. So my family said, "You better for you go to technology." So even my sister, who is the final person, advised me to write an exam so that you can go to you can get special technology thing. So this is uh, over the whole India, the test goes on, and people are highly prepared. These things they send to colleges, tutoring college, coaching colleges. I didn't have anything like that. We didn't have in our place. It was a developing small place in the south, place called Kerala, in the special city called Cochin or Ernakulam, wherever. And that city only developing that, but very smart people, very highly intelligent people, a lot of background, cultural background, very nice because we get together very well. We are local languages, so those are very good. They're encouraging all the time. They are not critical in that sense. Critical for creativity to increase creativity. They'll criticize, but they'll see, like you were saying, Laszlo, the good side of things, good side of things, and try to promote that, and then try to decrease, minimize the bad side of things. So they are very good in that. So that helped me. I felt always good, and I felt that I should be continuing there, and I travel different places. That's my ideal goal because like heaven for me it was with my parents, mother and father and everything. But we couldn't do that. That was not a feasible thing. Like we are doing now, we are figuring out what is feasible, but it's not possible. Budapest was finally possible, right? That's the important thing. And now, hopefully, the T-shirt, other thing, marketing. I have tried different thing way to market things and get money and everything. Maybe this is the only real possibility because T-shirts are good marketing tool, and we can do it. And Laszlo is doing
Ryan,
fantastic.
Ryan,
Yeah,
Ryan, we will have other type
yeah,
of marketing, but
yes,
by the way, we will think about them.
yes. That sounds good, but it has to be workable. So I think these are
I,
workable
I
things.
have I have other ideas because
Okay.
before 2 weeks ago I finished the article about the ball lightning, and
Oh,
now I have time to think about this.
good, good.
Before I was very I tell you very clear that I have a very hard days when I
Yes,
wrote the ball lightning article.
yes. So that
And
means,
thank you, and thank you for your advice. When
sure,
it was
please.
a very important advice when
Thank
you
you.
mentioned the one electronic instrument. How you told? No,
Profilometer,
condensator, not condensator.
profilometer,
What?
profilometer,
No, no,
profilometer.
no, not. It is an electronic tool.
Ah,
Condensator. No.
let's see. I have different
It,
instruments, different things.
immediately I will look about it rapidly. That is what was very important, and the same was very important when Christopher spoke about the lightning, and
Okay.
after 2 weeks comes the idea that how forming the lightning ball lightning in not in the raining,
Okay.
and how because we have two different ball lightning, same process,
Mhm.
and they are different,
Yes. Yeah.
and you
Yeah. So
Continue.
I get continuously some information from somewhere, and I'm trying to catch up with that because that information is so important. Some of it comes with a tag saying that nobody else knows this, nobody else will ever know it. It's not possible for anybody else to do that. So you have to do it. It says that to me. I don't know if it's alien or something else, but the information, but it's so fast. I can only, I wish I had more facility that people believed me earlier. That I'm glad that I have this group where we can come together without, having the money. We are donating our time without any money required. So uh, it's a very rare thing we are doing. So what I was saying, let me finish my background. So I couldn't go to physics, because of that job and other aspects. So I wrote that exam without any preparation, but I was thinking very advanced level. I could do enough to be qualified to go to what I call the Indian Institute of Technology, which has uh, German collaboration. So German professors used to be there, but then our own Indian professors came later on. But occasionally, some German professors come and give lectures, Max Planck, and this is far more advanced than even the US, what they had in US. But since I graduated from there, it was very easy to come for me. I got a scholarship to come here. Most of us, the 50% of the students, are able to get scholarship because we are 5 years of training of technology, every subject, including physics, everything. But I was more in the metallurgical engineering and science. So I got into material science and engineering. I got into the IB school and the excellent school, Case Western Reserve University, where that's where the first time they measured the speed of light, right? Uh, so so that was good. So I was quite excited. Although I was not in physics, I was in material science and engineering. I did in corrosion, electrochemistry, but then I started applying the modeling because I was doing experimental physics, experimental things, experimental metallurgist. I was. So I used scanning electron microscope, uh, transmission electron microscope. Then I have testing, like instrument testing, then corrosion, uh, you know, uh, cells, right? The cells that you use. So I make some of the cells. So I am engineering. Essentially, I am engineering, and I made my own testing machine to automate that thing. If you measure continuously, you have to measure the stress and apply the stress. So I developed that testing in my PhD studies. So in my master's study, I studied about the materials for geothermal environments. How to develop that and how to measure. I came up with the ranking, which many people thought that it's very 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 useful. How to rank materials according to their uh, resistance or application to geothermal environments. And I had a consulting for I understood. I was like a hydrogen physicist. My one of my advisors, top level, he was called the father of hydrogen physics. So I did one project for nuclear plant, 3 Mile Island, and that my professor gave that consulting job to me. And in one afternoon, I could figure out why the 3 Mile Island broke out. That's because the hydrogen, because production of hydrogen change the pH, and the change in pH, I developed the graph for that. Change in pH caused it to uh, you know catastrophically create hydrogen evolution, and that destroyed the 3 Mile Island in essence. So that was and he gave me very high consulting fee for that, the highest I ever got, like 65 or so. As a graduate student at that time, $65 per hour he gave me because it was so important. I got a call from the nuclear plant person, the manager, and he wanted to describe more because he gave my name. So I have done some important consulting things. And then I did PhD, and then I got postdoc. Again, it's all material science, and that professor encouraged me to do modeling. That's how I started getting into, because the experiments you do are very expensive. Each experiment costs a lot of money. So I want to see how we can reduce that cost. So I said that, why do you do all this permutation combination of experiments? Instead, you develop a proper model, a theory, using all the properties that we know. So I applied all the knowledge that we know, right? The science knowledge, and come up with a model and test that model, right? And the model is good, then we can come up with the critical parameters. You have to test only that, and then you can figure out the rest of it. So that's how I developed IPC model, which is now considered number 2 model in the world of ever.
And
Yeah,
Ryan, and
yeah,
very important, in every time when you do the experiment,
yes,
every time you observe that there exists something mistakes,
yes,
and if you omit the mistakes, you will have better results.
yes.
You can improve the experiment.
That's how I am. I'm a See. When I was a little boy, somebody came to my house. I had a habit of correcting everything. Whatever people say, everything. He called me correction master. That's my main thing. I find mistakes and try to seek how to correct them. And later on, I'm diplomatic. I know that I have to be diplomatic. People get very angry if you tell them, "Oh, you are wrong about that. You have to do this." I learned that from experience. I said you have to be diplomatic about it. How to package that information, in a nicer way. People don't feel hurt. People don't feel personal. People go personally. Even in our forum, we had this problem. Because it's a free forum. So everybody started talking, and you criticize them. Okay, you are wrong about that. They get personal. So I try to be diplomatic and say, okay, we should see a better way of putting it. Such a way that nobody gets hurt, nobody feels bad about it. So you see the good side. The way I found is, you see the good side of it, the proper uh, strong side of people, and try to go to that and then improve that side of it. So I see what are the good things you are saying, Christopher is saying, or Christian is saying, or Gerd is saying, and I take that good side. It's same with string theory. There are some good things in there. Mathematics is very confusing, right? You cannot go there. Too much math. But how to distill the main concept, that's my main thing. Even in the quantum physics, same thing. Distill the main thing. Theory again, Einstein was not totally wrong, but he was wrong about speed of light being constant, and he himself had told us. So I see the good side of it, how we can use it. So each one, and then how to apply to real things. So that's how I learned. It's a learning process, a continuously learning process. Even now, I am learning that aspect, because I am not. I'm a very introvert scientist. I became that way. I was not really introvert in my childhood, but I became that way because I got engrossed into science and everything, Einstein thing. So I used to go in the corner. My parents used to say, "You sit in a corner and keep thinking, thinking, thinking all the time in your middle school, high school." Even my brother, who is excellent, who is a very good person, who is in bank, who did lot of good financial thing. He looked out all the finances. He financed me also. He's excellent with people. If you talk to him, immediately you will like him. He's that kind of a person. So he has ability to understand people psychology and then apply it, so that they depend on him, to get more. And he has helped many people in different levels. He continues. He's like 10 years older than me, but he's still like a young person. He does that. My grandfather was like that. Grandfather kind of reminds me of you, because he, at 10 years of age, he moved one state to another, and by himself he started uh, having his own business. He started talking to people. He started cloth business, retail cloth business. So he was a business person, and he was excellent. The marketing he does, Unbelievable. Very simple marketing. It People will walk around this thing. I tell them, don't you need some clothes to put on? Can you walk without clothes? So I'm selling you very cheap clothes, very affordable clothes. The people who are workers, they cannot afford money, right? So he used to bring in a boat, in a big boat.
And Ryan,
Yeah.
excuse me, I interrupt you. In case of marketing, is very, very important thing. You have to say the truth.
Yes.
You have to say the truth about the items.
Yes.
And when others observe that you are telling the truth, after them you have success.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I have tried with selling things, issues, and observe it well, because I am making photos, I am making videos, and videos is more important. And every time I am making videos about the best things, which things are the best, and I am telling why these things is better for the users. Why? And it's enough. Immediately, I made the marketing. After a few minutes, the customer appears to buy.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, that's how my grandfather was. Even in the age of 90, right? He was 90, about 94, 95. He lived. Even at age, he was so active. He used to give gold. The gold. So people will bring gold. He'll give equivalent money. He'll send. He'll get some profit. He knows how to make profit. Okay. So he will sell that. He use Archimedes principle. Very simple. It's not nothing complicated. He didn't bring instruments. And I say he studied like fourth grade. Fourth grade. How did he use? And we used to be admiring him. I am studying high school, college, even PhD, right? I come back here and he uses very simple instrument. He uses a string, two things, and he weighs that. He put in the water and this thing and weighs that. That's Archimedes principle, right? He uses that nicely to find the weight of the things, how much gold is there, things like that. So because people bring it's not a pure gold, so they can cheat you, right? But he uses that to figure out how much real gold is there, because mostly gold and copper, it's mostly and
Exactly.
other things. So he want to find out how much gold is there, because he can give money only for that, right? So he uses this simple principle and see how much gold is there, and he gives that money to them. He lend the money. It's like a loaning, and he'll charge some interest, of course. So when they bring it back, enough money back, then he'll give the gold back to them. So even at the age of 90, he used to do that. So I learned a
And
lot of the
and Ryan, and this was in Nevada or in India?
India. It's in India,
India.
Kerala, South
And
India.
the people bring gold gold nuggets
No,
bring.
no, they're garlands or
Yes,
uh,
yes. Because I tell you, because example, in case of gold nuggets, I think that is the same is resolved. I have
yeah, yes, yes.
totally uh, very good idea how they form, and if I will have time, I want to write about these two, how the
Yes.
gold nuggets forms, because what was taught at the
Mhm.
university, that is not it's not has the reality
Oh,
in your country, in your place. You exist a lot of mining place in Nevada. Did
oh,
you
yeah.
did you went out in Nevada
Mhm.
to see uh, some places?
No, I have just visited this place called Las Vegas, Las Vegas, Nevada. That's the only place we.
Do you know why was made Las Vegas? because all territory has a lot of gold. All
Oh.
territory around the Las Vegas.
Hmm.
I made a video about this. I only after to find a resolution for gold nuggets farming. I immediately know why was made the Las Vegas there,
Hmm.
because lot of miners of gold get out the gold, and after them they meant they go in Las Vegas and playing on the machines,
Yeah. Yeah,
and
I
after
just
they
go. Yeah. I just yeah, I just go with my family, instead of family time. I don't go of other things. With my friends, I have gone once, but with the family, once I have gone. I don't gone many times. I don't believe, other things I didn't go. The family, we go there, spend some time together, play a little bit casino, the casino, we don't want
exactly.
to, we have to be very careful about gambling because we
I
can
don't
lose
like.
money. Yeah. So that I learned. So I learned a lot of things like that. But from my grandfather, I learned about the tricks, some tricks of the marketing. So he's ultimate, natural marketing person. Then my brother also is very good, with the people and how to. So I learned these things, but I am not. I'm intro little more became introvert. I was not like that, so I'm not very highly, interacting with people fast or this thing. I became like a scientist, deep thinking, and how to solve the problem. I want to find out the simplest equation ever possible, even better than E equal to mc square, if possible. That's my goal, and also apply it so that it'll apply to everything, ball lightning, everything it'll apply to. So that's it. Finally, I come up with the word. The correct word is algorithm. Algorithm is the correct word. So algorithm means, see, everything is sort of function, and I will present briefly in the conference also how everything is like a categories, different categories, right? Like I am you, I am myself, you are you. So we are different category in that sense, right? It's the same way in superhuman thing, monopods, they are categories, they remain as categories. And mathematically, it's called functors. Okay? When they when they come together as grouping occurs, that's where a group theory comes. We group together in this one, we come as a group, right? So now in the initial stages we are functional. Functional means the categories come together, which are meaningful, they come together and they become functional. The functional means we can interact, like in functional group in chemistry, for example, like oxygen and hydrogen, they come together and they form OH functional group, right? The same way carbon and hydrogen come together for hydrocarbon. So they are functional groups. But that's not enough. So in the same way, the functional things happen, but that's the intermediary thing. Finally, it has to become function, which means the flow. Flow has to happen. Like we are flow of information, right? You and I, we can converse together. So these are the stages it goes through. So the current will start flowing, so to say. Electrical analogy is current will start flowing. That's how it become a function. So that's important. So everything is not a function. That's what I'm trying to say. Some equation, not all equations are functions. And that's very, very important. We learn in high school. I emphasize in middle school, high school, this important thing. Not all equations are functions. We can easily prove y equal to x square. You can prove y, you can come up with the equation. Even e equal to mc square is not a function. So what is the thing that puts all this together? Algorithm. Algorithm does not require specific equation or function. You can even talk about functors, which are just categories. So that's why algorithm, I believe, is the ultimate solution. But algorithm needs programming. So the algorithm has to be developed such a way that is programmable. So programmable algorithm is the final solution, a mathematical solution to all the science, especially physics. So then that's what I'm developing. So that algorithm then with the programming helps to simulate things. That's where simulation comes to be. People are done different ways, but there are a lot of fudge factors, assumptions, like in theory relativities, that speed of light is constant, which have plagued, which have made it very, very difficult to apply. When you apply to higher theory, you have vacuum catastrophe, ultraviolet catastrophe, vacuum. So we have to find algorithm that will solve all these problems. So that's why I start from abstract things, very abstract things. And my recent paper, I have put this one. Okay. And so that then can apply to all, because it will be applied to all of them with minor modifications. You can apply to real things, mesoscopic things, and other things. So I see that you have put two types of ball lightning, Laszlo. Okay, when it's raining, it's one thing, and forming near the ground. The other is when you have 10 to 20 meters in the sky from the ground in dry day. Oh, I see. So when it's raining, it's close to the ground. When it is
when is happening lightning, and the lightning can go in the ground. It's stopped by something is right, and the electricity remain on surface and forming something like a circular capacitor. Last before 2 weeks, you have mentioned the capacitor.
Yes.
Circular capacitor, and the ball lightning something similar with the capacitor in case of which is are forming on the ground. In case of and when is in higher place, then is a ball lightning something plasmoid. In this case we have two type of ball lightning, and there exists a third form of ball lightning, which is in magnetosphere. In magnetosphere there exists other form of ball lightnings. I have observed the literature about it, but I didn't have time to study this third form. But I am sure that it is the same, something same. And in case of lab, I have observed what was created. They are something similar. But we have to verify how they created these forms. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Because they formed from material. Example, I have read articles that was formed from silicium dioxide. Okay. That is why all this type have to be examined.
Yeah, that's good. So one of the things I can tell you is that, it's very interesting. But also, let me talk about this raining. Okay, so you have ions, right? Let me give you a brief thing. I don't know whether, what I see is that you have OH minus ion, right? In water, the rain, OH minus ion.
Exactly. In water can be formed the same, because in water is some form is similar with the air. Yes. The water is a condensate form of matter, but in case of air is not so condensate.
Yes. So
it's exactly similar thing.
The reason why it happened
can be well explained. Can be well explained with this theory of the a priori entity.
Capacity. So you have in water, you have OH minus, your H plus here, right? They form capacitors,
Exactly.
and they can form near the earth. It's easier to because the OH minus absorbs to the ground. You know, the OH minus.
Can observe when the lightning arriving on the Earth surface, the Earth surface immediately.
So that's why it's closer to the ground.
Immediately, resistance of the Earth surface resistance is not it's not increased, and when the lightning arrived on the Earth surface, the resistance of the Earth surface changing. Yes. And what remained from the Earth lightning, from the lightning will form a ball lightning. It's very simple.
Yeah, very simple.
So because when the lightning arriving on the Earth surface, same times enlarge the space phase. Space phase will large. Will create a form of the something like a ball with empty space. It's smaller. It's more empty, like a real space, and that is fill up with the remaining lightning. Do you understand?
Yeah.
That is fill up. Earth phase. When the ball lightning arrived on the Earth surface, one remaining part will enlarge the Earth space phase, and will remain there for some minutes, some seconds, some minutes.
Oh, yes.
Because that is a form, equilibrium form.
So, what are the reasons where dry? When it's dry, what happens is the vapor.
In dry case, it's same thing. When is dry, the same is electric. No.
The reason why it's above the earth is because during dry season the water become water vapor, right? The vapor goes up.
We both are saying similar thing.
Yeah, so vapor goes up. So now instead of the ground, it's up. The OH minus.
Every time, Ryan. Every time happening discharge. Every time happening a discharge, and the discharge is not finished. The discharge is not finished. It's something intervene, something stop the discharge, and in this case, the remaining electric charge will form ball lightning.
Yes,
it's a very simple explanation.
Yeah. It's a very simple dielectric. It's called dielectric constant. If you look at the equation, it's called epsilon, dielectric constant. So it depends on the dielectric constant. So between the capacitor. So depending on the it break because of short circuit.
The space electric
dielectric constant. Dielectric constant.
Yes.
So it can cause shorting, which causes the discharge. So the capacitor
and the discharge is not finished. The discharge is not finished, and remaining part forming the ball lightning. And when the discharge is finished, nothing not formed. And the other times, when the discharge is very big, same time has not changed to form such an equilibrium form, because the eruption, because the exploding of the lightning destroying this equilibrium form.
Oh yeah. So it all simple chemical equation. Simple equation. OH minus plus H plus equal to H2O, right? What 2 OH minus? You can write the chemical equation 2 OH minus. OH minus plus 2H minus become no OH minus plus H plus equal to H2O. Yeah, so that's the equation, and so it can go this way or it can go this way, the reaction, right? So when it is or when it splits up into OH minus H plus, it forms a capacitor. Then it shortens, it becomes H2O.
Ryan, I have given a mathematical description, but I think because I after 25 of years I didn't make mathematics. When I was young and child, professor of math wanted to make from me mathematician. And after then I went to in direction of the natural science of animals, plants, and geology, and that is why I changed my way of the life. No, yeah. And I have made a description with the capacitor and with formula of it describes them, and same can be used. No, what kind of form? Thermodynamics formula same, because when in case of ball lightning, which is formed on the sky, in such a case we have another type of the ball lightning, not like in case which shock the Earth's surface. They are not the same ball lightning, and that is very important. And I didn't verify it, that in case of ball lightning, the light which comes from the ball lightning has a light with smaller imediat wave amplitude. In case of the amplitude of the light is smaller. In case of ball lightning in the sky, they have an amplitude larger.
More energy.
Frequency of the light. The frequency of light in case of the ball lightning on the ground is smaller. And in case of the ball lightning of the sky is higher. It is need to be verified, because I didn't verify it. But if this theory is good, that is have to be true.
Yeah.
And so in other case, exist something mistakes in this
calculation
solution.
So that's why it could be plasma in the up.
Yes.
And not underground, because it's small frequency.
Ground is something called capacitor. In ground, something like a capacitor.
Both are like capacitor, but the difference is
capacitor. Yes.
High energy. It's low energy. That's high energy capacitor.
No. Inverse. A high energy in case of the ground, and slower energy in case of the sky. In case of sky, we have ionic air inside and electrons, free electrons. In case of the Earth's surface, we have approximately only electrons, condensed electrons.
So it will be low frequency, right? Frequency is low.
Yes.
So the energy is low. The energy is proportional to frequency.
Perhaps I am thinking in different way, but you have right.
Okay. So anyway, so I have great respect and great honor for Hungarian mathematics, because they are top. I talked another conference, the Turkey conference. You may come across ICFAS, fundamental algebra, and I see some other Hungarian mathematics. They are the very top. Their quantum computing algorithm, and there was one of the greatest mathematician Like we have Ramanujam, and the other great mathematician is a Hungarian mathematician. So you have inherently in Hungary or Romania very high level, very high level mathematician.
But I didn't
And a
continue
Rubik's cube,
the math.
Rubik's cube, Rubik's cube is Hungarian Rubik cube.
And I made my medical school in the Bolyai
Ah,
school.
oh boy, it's a famous, huh? Okay,
Yes,
that's in Hungary or Romania?
in Romania,
Romania.
in Marosvásárhely.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Same as Polish. The Polish people also, Poland, they are very high level mathematics, physics, and all. Polish people are, I said Anatolij is, they're top. Uh, so there are a lot of different places in Europe. Of course, Germany is the whole thing that comes together in Germany. All the
Germany
topmost.
are big philosophers.
Yeah.
Germany. In Germany, they have had a lot of very good philosophers.
And I believe in philosophy. I'm a philosopher. I think if I give me a choice for money, I like to be a philosopher because that's how my life is. And natural. But in order to make money, you have to do other things, right? So physics is my next level. My top level is philosophy, then physics,
Exactly.
then
The philosophy is it's on the top.
top,
Have to be on the top.
then physics, then comes algorithm, math, and all that.
And
IT.
in case of physics and have to be tested, practically tested in
Mm.
continuous testing.
Yes. That's why I'm going to CERN. Hopefully, I'll see some of it. I don't know. I'll talk to some people and see something from. I like to go in person and see for myself. And then
Exactly.
because
That is a principle of geology.
geology.
You have to go and verify
Yes.
yourself. As is
And
the most important principle.
yes. So I believe in that. So even the other people say, that's why I want to go to CERN, whatever it takes. I have booked my ticket Geneva. Somehow I have to find a ticket from That's the only one that's remaining. Budapest to Geneva. Uh, that's the only one that's remaining. And somehow I'll go. Whatever it takes, I have to go. Right now I booked a hotel. I have not paid it, but I have booked a hotel in Geneva, so I am going there, whatever it takes. Uh, but unfortunately, the prices are too high. Hopefully, it'll come down reasonably down, so I can, or there's another trip, somehow or other. If somebody else is joining, that will be good. The train journey is very long also, and it's expensive. Everything, is far. Budapest and Geneva are very far distance. You have to fly. The only way is, I think, the flying is the only way. So I had to see somebody else who joins or something, uh, or somehow I get a cheaper ticket, somehow way to go there. Uh, but I had to go there anyway. Uh, and so that's a place to see for myself and talk to people and see, hopefully meet some top people there, and then talk to them and see for myself how things, and then I can report back about how this, because I had good relationship with the son. I came up with the idea of micro backhaul in early 2000. At that time, nobody knew about this, and then I put in forum, and from CERN, somebody they give me encouragement. They were good. They were giving me encouragement, and so they become part of that. They put me there as part of that, and later on they start advertising about micro backhaul. But I am the original person who came up with the idea of micro backhaul. So I think I had to talk to them and then give me the credit for that. And of course, they couldn't find it yet. It's very hard to find. But recently, I read an article about micro backhaul. Even though it may get produced because of the large collision of particles, it may create a micro backhaul. But somebody said that, calculated and said that even that won't destroy the Earth because it is such a small mass, will only create something around it, small place. It will not create whole thing. But my point is that I want to correct that. It won't create, but it will create uh, a connection, a wormhole or something like that. I want to talk about that because it can, say, a black hole can create image force. By image force, can create a white hole, and the black hole and the white hole connects. It can create a small wormhole. That's, I believe that that's how the superluminal things. Superluminal things are strings. The same way gravity is gravitation strings. So you can have gravitation strings. You can have superluminal strings. That's how the space is constructed. So you have these strings, and from there, locally, it forms matter. You know. So this is a higher theory. This is a thinking level now. But I think you can develop math based on that, and that's my conjecture. And then so it can create that. So it can communicate with some white hole up in other galaxies. It'll change the aspect of time. This is my prediction. You watch for my prediction. First of all, there is something called time loop. Time loop is similar to Halley's comet. It happens every 80 years. So right now, our time loop is from 1960 to 2040. So certain things happen. Uh, and one of the big thing is the gravitational string. Like we are all part of gravitational string. But the next time loop, it becomes superluminous string with Earth. The time aspect will change. This is my prediction. Right now, the time differential is very large, right? Like decades. You can think about 1960s, events happening, history happening, but it will get reduced to uh, a week or a day even. So if you talk about 1940, what happened a century ago or decades ago doesn't matter. What happened a year before may matter. That's the highest time, right? But what happens the next day matter. Right now, it doesn't matter that much. Today something, tomorrow it doesn't change that much, right? If we talk next week, we won't see the difference that much. Everything will be the same. We can reset it. We can do the same thing again, and it doesn't change much. But that won't be the case in 24 after 24. That's my prediction. Every day will be like a new day. It'll be different in many ways. The daily life of people will change day to day. Right now, it doesn't change. Like you are going for a job, the job is like a week or a month. You get salary month. Everything is the same. It comes back to the same thing, but it won't be like that. It will all change. So that's the effect of this time loop, and also the special string I call the strings, gravitational strings. Gravitational strings, it does this one. It creates a black hole and creates this kind of space geometry. Whereas the superluminal thing, it creates like this. The space geometry will become like that. So people will be around that. If you image people, will be right now people are on this event horizon like that. They're going around like that. But in the other one, they'll be in that loop. They'll be going around that. I mean, there won't be that much change, but the transition, you will see the difference. You are going from this type of thing to that type of thing. So people are going around like that, people going around that. So I call it anti-de Sitter space, this one. The other one is called de Sitter space. So we'll go from anti-de Sitter space to de Sitter space. And the time will start, the time difference was shrinking. So every day matters. Every week everything will change for everybody. Right now things don't change. Last year, this year, not that much change, right? But you can see the difference. When in 2000, it doesn't change. Before 2000, it didn't matter. 1960 or this thing, whatever. Now it's not like that. Back to the Future, for example, the movie shows that the same thing repeats. Up to 2020, the same thing repeats. 1980, what happened? 2020, same thing repeats. History, politics, everything repeats. But you will see that's not the case anymore. You will see that last year and this year now doesn't matter. But by like after a few years, only the last month and this month would not matter. And after another 10 years, the last week and this week won't matter. After a long time, after 2040, yesterday and today will not matter that much. But anything more than that, everything would have changed for everybody. So that's my prediction of time. It's very important. So our daily lives will start changing. So that's my prediction. We'll see. But we have to do like you said, we have to do earthquake prediction. Disaster is very important for people to survive. So survival depends on that, on the predictions. Uh, oh, somebody, other crowd investigators. I don't know who that is. Somebody's asking. Somebody's listening. I don't know. Maybe know who you are. Somebody, did you see the chat? Yeah,
I see.
Yeah, thank you.
But we have told about it, and we have explained it.
Yeah.
And it is very well described in my article, but it's in Hungarian. And after the meeting, I will translate in English because we have to concentrate to our conference now. I don't want to do anything else.
Okay, sure.
I am immediately translate some part.
Okay, let me. Okay, so people want to know. I know who that is. I'm trying to find other crowd investigators. I know who that is. They said that's very interesting. What we are talking now, it's very interesting. And they said, okay, can you explain it again? Okay,
it's so about the ball lightning. Want to explain again, but this is a bit complex.
So this is what they said.
I see.
That's very interesting. Other crowd investigated. That's very interesting. Can you explain it again? So I said the following. Maybe know who you are. Thank you with your high interest. Time loop is the key to Earth, transforming Earth 1 to Earth 2, 2040 time frame. In our conference, and then further we'll discuss more. They are not replied yet. I don't know whether they'll reply to us. Okay. So I'll say, yeah, the in this time loop, the 1960 to 2040.
I will try something.
It works like anti-de Sitter space. with a extensive time frame, like years to decades. Events won't change much, and repetition of history occurs with the resets. Actually, actually, evidence in our mesoscopic experience, like history of 1960s repeats even now, or at least till 2020, like the movie Back to the Future. Okay, then, however,
And Ryan,
yeah,
please write him that he can read our articles on the ResearchGate.
okay,
He can found more information.
okay. This may happen, may happen due to gravitational streams around a black hole connecting to cosmology. So let me. So this is the next one. Tile loop. It works like anti space with extensive time frame, like years to decades. Events won't change much, and repetition history occurs. Then the next one is we can actually find evidence rather in our mesoscopic experience. Uh, like history of 1960s repeats even now, or at least till 2020, like the movie Back to the Future suggests. I'm just giving you very small text, you know, not grammatically formed or anything, because I want to simplify the thing, technical things. Okay, this may happen due to gravitational strings around the black hole connected to the cosmological white hole having the white hole. I'm just thinking aloud, and then conjectures and things like that. But there are some proofs, recent papers I have, algorithms and things like that. Okay. After 24 years, gravitational strings become superlunar strings connecting to cosmological astro objects. Time frame will then shrink to few years to few days. This will change daily lives of people, of everyone, all the people. So then I say you may have more information in ResearchGate, RG about the ball lightning, time loop that Ajay and Laszlo Horvath are discussing here. Okay.
Okay.
So I think that will give some this thing for people, to proceed further to check. They can actually go to figure out these things. I think the conference also will start if you have time, uh, especially in the panel discussion, we might highlight some of these things. So yeah, okay. So I think yeah, that's good. We have people are getting interested in what we are talking.
Yes,
Uh,
yes, yes, of course.
so I think we have, in our, let's see, in our regs 2025 Budapest conference on May 30th, 2025 at NH Hotel venue. We'll try to highlight these aspects more with more with the audience and other participants virtually uh, getting discussion to 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 promote more interest in our science, in our mathematical sciences, engineered engineered to technology. Especially Laszlo wants to have centers, seismological centers, to predict even the earth disasters like earthquakes. So this is other thing. Let me see. So the Budapest conference will have try to highlight the aspects more with audience and our virtually getting discussions to promote more interest in our mathematical science, engineer, technology, especially Laszlo wants to have seismological centers to predict the earth disasters like earthquakes. Then my proposal to start World University with every country having on active chapters on scientific chapters with subchapters each state would be helpful to have coordinated scientific, engineering, technological institutes, labs, plants, facilities, centers, etc. to promote and to help people with advanced to be able to evacuate in time. Okay, so this is the other one.
Okay.
So this is the next one. Propose to start World University, every country having their own scientific chapter. Subchapter would be helpful to coordinate scientific, engineering, etc. Then technological institutes, labs, centers will promote to help people advancing information to be able to evacuate in time. So that's the other thing. Anything you want to add to that?
No, it's okay.
Okay. So for now, I think it's good.
Yes.
We have good things going. Then thank you. Hope to have.
One thing, Ryan, it's not good because sometimes doesn't will be enough time to evacuation. Sometimes it is exist time, but other times is not.
Yes.
Not always times. It depends how the seismic event is developing. Sometimes we have short time. Sometimes we have hours before, and sometimes perhaps we have 1-2 days.
Yes.
It depends only of the development of the disaster, and we don't have we have to have a lot of other knowledge of the territory geology, because every territory, how we as human, the territory is same. In one territory, the earthquakes it's developing in other way, in other territory, in other time. I have a colleague from Italy, Valentino Stresser, who is he is older uh, older in this earthquakes forecasting, and he told me that exists 115 region of earthquakes who are acting in different form.
Oh.
And every time the problem is that we don't have information how is one territory and how is other territory is acting.
Ah.
Do you know if you have a pot and has a pot, a little pot and a bigger pot, when you want to hot the water, you will hot in different way.
Ah.
It is the same case in case of earthquakes too. But
Okay.
I think that it can be resolved.
Okay. Yeah.
But we need other persons to collide to us and work to bring this challenging together to 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 do it.
Ah.
Because in China, Chinese they are a resolving group. In Chinese earthquakes forecasting center are working a lot of engineers and PhDs who are trying to resolve this, and I think they have resolved it. But we have to resolve too. And perhaps we will have another resolution like them. It's never exists same resolution.
Oh yeah, that's true. I mean, everything depends on the resolution. I call it signal to noise ratio. So it is you know signal to noise ratio. So the resolution, let me write down. Resolution
Yes. It's okay.
depends on signal to noise ratio. This is my one of the things. And magnification. Okay, so magnification. Yeah, magnification or amplification.
Yes.
So the intensity, which is the intensity.
It's okay.
Yeah. So energy. Yeah. So like Laszlo was explaining. So then,
spherical capacitor.
yeah.
And another thing, Ryan,
Yeah,
in the case of the ball lighting on the ground, the electric constants are different. What we are know
yeah.
in literature, they are different.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so
Not that is in case of the in the air. What you wrote now down, that is in case of the ball lightning when is forming on the 10 20 meter on the sky, and when it is not raining, this
oh,
case. And in case of water medium, if you can this formula, yes. In water medium, that is happen how you wrote down.
oh, okay. It's dry. The
No, not that is in case of water. In case of air, in case of I have another explanation here.
okay,
In
okay,
case of the on the to the surface,
okay.
because there only the earth space phase, that is
Uh,
it's very important thing.
ah,
And excuse me, immediately my phone will break down. I don't have
oh,
electricity in it.
oh, I see. Okay, we will stop in 5 minutes.
Okay,
What do you think?
I will be remain, but I will be out
Oh,
because
okay.
my phone doesn't work.
Uh,
Yes, that is correct.
okay.
No, Ryan,
Yeah.
exact inverse exists. In close to the Earth surface, the frequency, yes, is higher, and
Is it?
above is lower.
Is it?
Frequency is higher on the surface of the Earth, close to the Earth's surface, and lower above 10 or 20 meter. And the light, and it can be analyzed with, in case of what light is emitted. In case
Oh,
of
but
the surface, far away the surface, Earth surface, the light frequency is uh, is lower. And
oh,
in case of the close to the Earth, the frequency of light is higher.
oh, but I thought the energy is higher up
It,
to form
not
plasma.
now I am talking about the light, the ball lightning emitting light.
Oh,
And when the ball lightning forming close to the Earth, in this case, it have the ball lightning emits frequency light immediately higher. Frequency is bigger. And when is far away the Earth surface, the frequency is smaller. Is
like in
yellow and the red. And when is close to the Earth, is blue and violet.
oh, so infrared things like that. It becomes more like red. The infrared
Yes,
rays.
yes, yes. Exactly. When it's close, frequency is bigger in close to the Earth, and when is far from the Earth, is frequency is smaller. It has red and yellow color. When it's close to the Earth, it has blue and violet color. White color, blue color, and violet color.
Okay. Blue and
Light with smaller frequency.
okay. Okay, that's good, right? That's okay.
Yes, yes, yes. Blue, white, violet, close to
Yeah,
the Earth.
yeah. This one, blue, violet. Then above Earth, yellow
It's
and red.
yellow and red.
Yeah. So lower, higher up, and yellow and red.
And this was confirmed by of a relation of mine who saw a ball lightning before 3 years ago at the
Ah,
moment. And
ah,
that is that he that's why I have luck uh, to have intuition moment in this phenomenon.
okay.
Yes. You write correct, because I have made a prediction in my article that will be infrared color, infrared
Okay.
light, which
Ah,
is which we can see with our eyes.
okay.
It's correct.
Okay.
You have right and correct.
Oh, this one, yeah. So this one, yeah.
Only one thing: in case of Earth surface, close to the Earth surface,
Uh-huh.
we have a ball lightning somewhat different from usually plasma.
Okay.
That is very important.
So ball lightning. Okay.
Close to the Earth surface, in case of the raining. That is what you have right and now. That is in case of the ball lightning, which is about the 10-20 meter above the Earth surface. That is, in this case, is totally correct.
Okay.
Exactly.
Mm.
Very important, Ryan,
Uh, this is very
to
important, right?
mention.
Yeah.
Now, one thing is very important. It is a phenomenon, not finished, not finished process. That is why appearing ball lightning. If
Huh?
the circulation, the short circulation is ready, we'll have ball lightning. It is not
Oh.
finished. It's not totally finished. It is a process
Oh.
interrupted by the condition of the surrounding condition. That is very,
Oh.
very important thing. In every kind of ball lightning.
Ah. This right? Okay. Baby. Yeah, resistance of medium. Okay.
Will increase the resistance of median. That is very important.
Uh, yeah, we can have like that in panel discussion, even in
Yes,
the Budapest conference, like this will be good. So everybody can, when you go do a question and answer, it can be like this, or even panel discussion can
yes.
be, we can do this. Increase of the electric resistance of the medium. So dielectric.
Yes. When happening the discharge,
Mhm.
happening in same time happening increase of electric resistance, and
Oh,
that is stopping the discharge event to happen, and the remaining charge is forming ball lightning.
okay.
And will depend of the you before writing down that the electric stage of the Earth space phase. How it is, and that is continue changing.
Yes.
In case of the Earth surface, the phenomena is very well can be catch, but
Yes.
can be caught. But in case of the air is more harder, but with the plasmoid phenomenon can be very well explained.
Mm.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Dielectric constant of the medium, which depends
Yes,
on it's all interlinked. The chemistry, physics, everything comes together.
exactly. Here is the we have to have the Emmanuel opinion, because he is in electricity. He has more knowledge like us.
Uh,
That is this scent is very important in the ball lightning in the
yes.
air, about 10 20 20 meter.
Yes. So it's associate the ions, how the ions form the capacitor, then they migrate, they interact, associate, and that will change, cause the capacitor discharge. It will short circuit, and then will form it creates the environmental parameter of dielectric constant resistance that it will create. If the right conditions occur, then you have ball lightning. Okay. Yeah. So I'll say the ions coming together. Oh, ions coming together to create capacitor, and then discharge. Oh, yeah, sorry. So Laszlo had to leave now. So I think I will end the stream, and we'll continue next week. Thank you very much all tuning in, and we'll have more discussion of this as well as all other aspects of our conference next week. We'll be communicating via WhatsApp as well with the steering committee to finalize all the events, and also update what's going on with more discussion. Of course, discussions like these are very very important. Uh, so thank you all with active interaction. Okay, so I'll say goodbye now, and then we'll see you next week.